Okay, all right. Guys, just to let you know, the recording has started. So this session is now recorded. So, guys, as per the topic of discussion, I want to make sure that we are all on the same calibrated page. Okay, so I want to have a doubt clearing and sort of a revision based session today. So I'm going to be sharing my screen now. I hope my screen is visible. You all can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, guys, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Take it. All right. So, guys, I mean, as per the curriculum, this is so far we have covered. In fact, sprint one, wherein we have covered business analyst, project lifecycle, product lifecycle, software development lifecycle, software testing lifecycle, different environments, different teams, roles and responsibilities, agile and waterfall methodology, Kanban. These are the different techniques. And we're going to be starting a requirement gathering and so on. Okay. So as of now, with these topic, first I want to understand, have you guys understood it? Do you have any, points that you want to discuss? Because I'm going to be revising, of course, I'm going to be revising the complete points once again. But I want to understand what is your perspective? What is your intake onto these points? Yes, guys. What is your understanding?
The शहद
Guys, please make sure that you are on mute if you're not speaking to us, to me. Or, okay, let me pick someone. Okay, Suryansh. Suryansh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Anji, Suryansh, you've been here for a couple of days, as per the couple of sessions. So I want to understand, if I ask you this question, what is project and product life cycle as a part of different life cycles that is there in business analyst role? So what is your intake? What is your understanding? बताइए.
So as per the business analyst, the different type of projects and product life cycle. First, we have the concept, and in this, the business analyst collab with the stakeholder to understand the business need, to understand the what is the objective of the project, and after that, the business analyst plan the like plan the projects, like how the work going on with the product owner, and ensure the clearance of the
Yes, yes, Suryansh.
yeah. Third point is like development. uh, we have to develop the we have different type of development, testing, deployment, and continuing. This is the SDLC. We have to design the we have to requirement gathering, planning, analysis, designing, development, testing, and deployment, and then we have to maintenance the project. So
So, Suryansh,
yes.
as a business analyst, how and where you are involved?
First we have to requirement gathering. We have to in the like first phase we have to gathering in the requirement, like with the stakeholder, understanding the business need. So
Okay. All right. All right. Anybody else who would like to give us their insight? Anji, Ankush.
Yeah, Rohit. I mean, project and product life cycle is the complete process that comes in between the project from the start to the end of the project. So I mean, like when we have an idea, like we try to convert that idea into an output in order to get a project or product successful. And it consists of the steps like concept and initiation. That is like when the idea arises to the stakeholder, they try to contact the companies like us uh, that do project and product development, and they convert that idea into the output in order to get a product or project done. So we, as a business analyst, we are into the picture, into the complete process, starting from concept and initiation to continuous improvement. So yeah, I mean, like this is all about the project and product development life cycle.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Shivesh, you want to say something?
Oh yeah, as a business analyst, the role has to be gathering and analyzing the requirements and then translating them into user stories and planning for sprints, prioritizing tasks, facilitating communication between the team so that there is no confusion and everybody is on the same page. And the role of business analyst is in each and every stage from development to closure of project life cycle, and in product life cycle it's from development to decline.
Absolutely. Anji, Sachin Lakhan, you were saying something?
No, sir, actually, I was connecting to my laptop. Just a minute. Yes.
All right. Anji, Sachin, yes.
Yes, sir. So basically, a product or a project life cycle is totally been a total life cycle of a product is known as like we start from the requirement gathering, where we take on from the stakeholders like what they are needing of that, and then we do the product backlog check that we do through the product owners and refine those requirements so that they are well understood by the teams and all. Then we start on with the process of designing those projects in a very particular way so that it can be understood by the development team. And while taking those terms of designing, we start on developing those things. And when the development has been done by the development team and some sort of product or maybe a particular sprint is being prepared, then what we do, then we go through the testing cycle. And those we check on the project or product that has been developed and do a different types of testing to check on that those models are working in terms of that or not. When the testing has been done and each and every process has been passed through a particular testing and everything is working in a proper way, then we start on deploying those things. And when the deployment is done of each and all sprint and a proper product and the whole project has been developed, then we start on deploying and do the back maintenance and servicing of those products in the later terms.
Okay. Yes, guys, absolutely. I mean, this is what it is all about. Like, whether it is project or product life cycle, whether it is software development life cycle. So it talks about how being a product team member, how being a business analyst, what are all the phases and where you are involved as a business analyst and what are your roles and responsibilities. Okay. Whether you are into, product based or service based, whether it is a single product or multiple product, whether it is one client or multiple clients, or being a service based, you are involved in cross functional roles. So being a business analyst the basics and fundamentals, if I talk about, you need to be the part of the discovery phase, pre-sales phase, planning phase, design, development, testing, deployment, and then of course the post one, which is the support and maintenance with customer success management. Okay, which means if I talk about project and product life cycle, so okay, concept and initiation, wherein when you are connecting with the client in terms of requirement gathering, in terms of pre-sales requirement, in terms of project planning, in terms of creating the initial documentation. So you are involved in this so that you can understand what exactly is the client's expectations, what is the business need, what is the high level requirement, and accordingly, once that is done, in order to understand the key requirements and prepositions, okay, what client is expecting, what is as is and to be, then accordingly you start the hello, guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Now we can hear you.
All right, all right. I guess there was some network glitch. So I was saying that being a business analyst, being a product team member, you are involved in the discovery phase, in pre-sales phase, wherein you understand the client's expectations according to the key requirements, according to as is and to be. You create the initial documentation, which is also known as proposals or business requirement documents. Then according you are involved in the planning and backlog refinement because you do the project planning, wherein you are doing the time estimation, resource allocation, task delegation, and ticket prioritization. And then accordingly, you create the product backlog, sprint backlog, you do the refinement, and then you start the sprint. When you start the sprint, as per the product and project life cycle, you are involved in the iterative development. Okay. We all know what is iterative. What is agile? Agile is iterative. Agile is vicious cycle. It keeps on happening again and again with periodic successful deliveries. Okay. So as per the documentation, whether it is functional requirement document or user stories, use cases, whatever the documents that or maybe sometimes SRS, whatever the documents that you have created, you groom it to the developers, testers, designers, and so on, so that they can work accordingly, so that they can design, develop, and test accordingly, so that when we are doing the deployment, it is as per the client's expectations that they have given the requirements accordingly. And then, of course, we are doing the testing and validation as per the acceptance criteria, which is as per the requirement, as per the successful behavior of the feature and its functionality. And then, of course, deployment and feedback, which is customer service. Okay, and then, of course, retrospective, which is continuous improvement. So this is your project and product lifecycle. If I ask about software development lifecycle, so of course it is planning, design, development, testing, deployment, and support, which is also whether it is a product based and service based, the sequence remains the same. Sequence means that it will be first designed, developed, tested, and deployment. Okay, it is just that key being an agile, we are doing the fragments of delivery. Basically, if my product is MS Teams, so for the month of January, or for first 2 sprints or first sprint, I'm going to be delivering chat. Then I'm going to be delivering next month people, then raise, then react, then view, then rooms, then app more. Okay. And once everything is done, then we will integrate the complete system with all the feature and its functionality, and then we deploy it in the live environment. ठीक है guys, did you get this point? ये point समझ में आया आपको? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, guys, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
ठीक है. So, and ब्लूटूथ तो चल रहा है भाई. Guys, can you hear me?
There's some,
Yeah.
I guess there's some issue with your internet, Rohit.
Yeah, now we can hear
Yes,
you.
yes. Just a moment. All right. I'm sorry about that, guys. Maybe मेरे को लगता है net का ही issue है. So I was explaining the software testing life cycle. तो एक जो idle एक practical practice होती है, that is once the unit testing is done from the developer's side, then your manual testing and automation testing starts. And once manual testing and automation testing is completed, then we perform the user acceptance testing. Okay. I know that I have asked this question, but can anyone confirm me what is a user acceptance testing and what is the role of business analyst over here? Yes, guys.
Sir, I think in user acceptance testing, the end user, that is from the customer side, they will test the product and they will tell whether they are satisfied the product or not.
Okay. All right. Yes, Rahul bhai. That is absolutely correct. But there is more to it. Anybody else who would like to give us their insight?
Rohit, I think user acceptance testing basically like before the release, the business analyst like in the live environment from like as try to check whether the user story has like giving output as required basically. So the final test basically that's done by the business analyst. So that's maybe the user acceptance testing, which from the point of view of the user.
Okay. Yes.
So,
ठीक है.
Rohit, what I feel is in UAT, like before that, BRD is prepared. So, in that case, business analyst checks, like, is it according to that or not?
I'm sorry. Before UAT, what is prepared?
BRD, like, it should be according to the report, BRD report. Like, it's developed according to that or not.
नहीं भाई, BRD नहीं बनता. BRD तो आपका एक इनिशियल डॉक्यूमेंट है जो प्रोजेक्ट आने से पहले आप बना के चलते हो. हाँ, ये है कि उसमें
नहीं,
there is version.
Yeah, what I meant is, Rohit, like the app or it should be developed according to the requirement, which was initially decided in the BRD. So
So what
business
is the
analyst
document
checks
that is
that.
prepared for UAT?
That I don't remember, Rohit.
ठीक है. No issue भाई. I'll let you know. Yes, Suryansh, please tell me.
Yes, UAT is the final phase of testing where the end user check the system make sure it meets the requirement, like in the real world use.
Take it. All right. Guys, this is very important. Take it. Because being a business analyst, being a product team member, you are, an active participant in UAT. दो तरीके की UAT होती है. Two types of UAT that happens in the software testing life cycle, or to be more precise, in the deployment part. Okay. But before UAT happens, you create release notes. Okay. Or sometimes they are also known as revised FRD or revised incorporated user stories or wireframes. Okay. What are all these documents? These documents are that we are giving it to the client. Like today is 19th of August. And let's say UAT is 22nd of August. To 20th or latest by 19th, I am going to send some release notes, some FRDs, or all the user stories revised and incorporated and approved to the client via Confluence or maybe any other platform. Okay, so that client would be well aware that these are all the topics, these are all the features and its functionality, these are all the documents and artifacts, and these are all the wireframes for which the user acceptance testing will be happening. ठीक है ऐसा थोड़ी ना कि I'll just connect with you guys and I'll say ठीक है Vaibhav, Suryansh, Saurabh, this is what you need to do. Click on this button, you'll get this functionality. Click on that button, you'll get this functionality. So this is, I mean, you just won't be able to, intake and understand and replicate later on when you are testing. Okay, so UAT happens too. First is when you being a company, you being a software development company, you being a business analyst, you being a product owner, developer lead, quality lead, we all are available in this meeting with clients panel. And we show it to the client that Mr. Client, you click on chat button, this will open navigation pane. This is the text box wherein you can enter the chat. And this is the send. These are all the emoticons. These are all the fonts. And these are all the attachments option. So that's how you will be using it in order to get the right full behavior. And then this is the first type of UAT. Second would be, then client would say, okay, take it, Rohit, whatever that you have mentioned, I have the release note and I have your wireframes. I will step by step work on it, but now provide me some IDs so that I can distribute it amongst my own users who will, test it from the perspective of live users. So they'll ask for 20, 30, 40, 50 username and passwords. And we will provide them from admin portal. Every software has an admin portal via which, as per the business logic and user logic, we generate the access rights. Okay. So accordingly, we will provide them and then client would say, I need 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, 4 weeks time, and then I'll give you my feedback. And then client will start testing it. Client may give us a number of bugs, but ideally there should not be any bugs because we have already done the manual testing as well as automation testing. So when we've done this, we have found all the bugs and we have rectified, we have resolved it. So now client is testing and client is testing according to the empathetic user. And from the perspective of user, they are testing it and they're getting the rightful behavior. Maybe in 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, 4 weeks time, client said, "Okay, Rohit, it's good to go. You can start the migration." So now I will do the migration for chat, people, raise, whatever the sprint features that I had, and I will put it on the live environment. Yeah, which means according to the environment, first localhost development testing, and in product environment or stage environment, client will do the testing. Okay, client will perform the user acceptance testing. Once they are satisfied, once they are good to go, then it goes to the live environment. Okay, so this is where the live users, like you and I, are using MS Teams. So this is the live environment as a customer or as an employee. ठीक है? Any question? Any doubt? ये point समझ में आया guys? ठीक है? Yes, no, maybe.
Rohit bhai, Ashish here. I have a question.
Yes, Ashish.
When so during the second UAT that you just explained us, so client have wireframes and release notes with them that we provide them in order to do the UAT,
Yes,
right?
बिल्कुल, absolutely.
Okay, so this wireframes are the initial wireframes that we developed or the revised one that is
Initial one as well as the revised one, but ideally they have the final approved version of the wireframes, or sometimes release notes, or sometimes user stories, or sometimes FRDs. अब जो भी approved होगा, that is also the revised one. So that client can use it as a referential document while performing the testing.
okay, got it. Thanks, Rohit.
All right. Sure, by sure. So for the software testing lifecycle, once we have the unit testing done by the developer side, then we do the functional testing. For the functional testing, we create the test case documents. Then we perform the regression testing. For regression testing, we have the regression packs. And automation testing, we create the test scripts, which is done according to the test cases. So when all the manual testing and automation testing is done, then we create the release notes and we send it to the client via Confluence, and then client will check it from their side, give us their approval, and once it is approved, then we do the live migration. Okay, that's your testing life cycle. Then comes your, different environments, which I have told you: local host, development, testing, product, and live. Okay. In local host, these developers, database administrators, take a DevOps team, they create the backend database. Take it, they write hard codes, they write dynamic codes, they create the backend database. Okay. That is the work for the technical team. Then they push it to the development environment wherein the developers, designers, they create the user interface and user experience, UI, UX, and then they integrate the front end front end with the backend database, front end UI, UX with the backend, so that whatever the feature and its functionality that is being worked upon in terms of requirement gathering and expectations, it should work accordingly. Okay, then it goes to the test environment so that BAs and QAs, they can start the manual testing and automation testing. Then it goes to the product environment wherein BAs, QAs, developers, the Scrum team, as well as the clients team, they can perform the user acceptance testing, okay, which I have just told you. Okay, the documents that is needed in release notes, incorporated documents. And once they are good to go with the feature and its functionality, or sprint and its functionality, then they push it to the live environment wherein the final users, end users, or the live user, they can start using the feature in the live environment. Okay, guys, any question, any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues as of now? Okay, guys, yes, no, maybe.
It's right.
Yeah, Rohit, I'm on.
Then comes, different teams. Guys, trust me, there are different teams, and being a business analyst, you are involved in each and every team. Okay. Business analyst is a kind of a role which interacts with all the team members for all the updates, for all the tickets, in order to get the swim lane for the Jira up and running and streamlined. Okay, swim lane matlab, swim lane means that the ticket cards or Jira cards. Okay, because you being a business analyst, you are involved in project coordination, you are involved in product management and project management. Okay. Excuse me. So, being a business analyst, you tend to get involved with the developers, with testers, with senior management, with UI UX team, with technical team, and of course your product team and release team. Okay, and support and maintenance team. All right, because okay, once you have created the the document as per the requirement, let's say user stories, then it goes to the design team for the documentation and design final. Then it goes to the development team, then it goes to the testing team, then it goes to the release team, and then it goes to the deployment team. So your work is to ensure that the ticket that you have escalated and assigned, it gets designed, developed, tested, and finally deployed. That means from definition of ready to definition of done, you are involved. Now you can ask me this question, ki, yeah, Rohit bhai, what is DOR and DOD? So DOR is definition of ready and definition of done is DOD. Definition of ready means now this ticket is DOR, which means whatever the requirement, whatever the changes, whatever the expectations, and whatever the final document that needs to be created in order to update this ticket, it is completed. Okay. Now it is ready to get designed, developed, and tested so that we can deploy it. So it is definition of ready. Now it will get designed, developed, tested. Now, if it is tested, if it is bugless, our work is done. Now it is only ready to be deployed. So it is now definition of done, DOD. So definition of done means whatever the work that needs to be done in this ticket in terms of SDLC, in terms of design, development, testing, it's completed. Now it is ready for the deployment. Okay, nothing more can be done on this. Whatever the changes, whatever the updates, whatever the enhancement, whatever the customization that needs to be done, it is final now. Now it is ready to get deployed to the client. So from definition of ready to definition of done, you are involved in all the different team in all the different phases. Okay, so that's your different teams. Being a business analyst, you have multiple roles. Believe me, these are nothing. There are many roles and responsibilities. Okay, in order to categorize it, you are involved in requirement gathering analysis. Okay, of course, you are doing the requirement gathering with client and product owner. Sometimes individually, sometimes team wise, and sometimes both. Okay. When I used to do the requirement gathering, I used to connect with the client. Okay. Every release basis. So every release, which is every deployment in the live, I used to connect with the client along with my team. And when we are deploying it, after the deployment is done, then we sit for another half an hour or 1 hour or 2 hours, depending on the complexity of the tickets and sprint. And then we do the requirement gathering. Then I used to do the requirement gathering. Okay. So sometimes it is with the client, sometimes with a CTO, CEO, he used to give me a Rohit. I have taken the requirement from the client side. This is the new project. This is the new epic. This is the new sprint. You start working on it. These are the referential artifacts, referential documents. Okay. So accordingly, I'll work on that documents, and if needed any, intake or support, I'll connect with my CTO and CEO. So sometimes it is the senior management who gives you the requirement, and sometimes it is your team and client's team. We sit on an online platform, and then we talk about the agent of the meeting, about the requirements, expectations. So that's how you get the requirement. Once you have done the requirement gathering, then you create the required documents, probably revised functional requirement document or revised user stories and use cases, or product definition document or product requirement document or market requirement documents accordingly. So you create these documents accordingly, and then you start working on the product backlog refinement or backlog management. Okay. Then you make sure that once the tickets, once the cards, once the sprint is active, then you communicate each and every update via internal grooming session, via scrum call, daily stand-up call, via sprint planning, via sprint review, via sprint retrospective. So you are, connecting with each and every team member to ensure that they are up to date with the requirements, up to date with the tickets, up to date with the Jira cards. Okay? You're following Agile. When you are following Agile, you are following sprint. When you are following a sprint, which means a periodic delivery with a particular number of tasks that you have committed, and that is a lock period. आपने कहा कि भाई, you said that okay, 2 weeks, 14 days, I'm going to be submitting 14 tickets. Let's say every day I'm going to do one ticket, definition of ready and definition of done. Okay. So that is your sprint, that is your period, and that is the number of tasks according to which you will create the burn down or burn up charts that you have completed it. If yes, good to go. If no, there should be a proper justification. Okay. So you need to make sure that you have communicated accordingly. And then, of course, the testing part and continuous improvement part, retrospectives. So you are involved in this. Okay. So then comes Agile and waterfall methodology. So guys, I want to understand what is your intake in terms of Agile and waterfall. Yes, guys. What is your understanding if I ask you what is Agile and what is waterfall methodology? Anji, yes, guys. This is very important, guys. You should know. So please let me know what's your intake in terms of Agile and waterfall methodology.
Agile is iterative, and waterfall is something like once one step is done, we cannot go back.
What is iterative?
Repetitive, like if we have completed all the steps and there is something required changed in any step, like in development or designing or in any step, so we can go back and we can do this, particularly for one function or like whenever it's required.
Okay, all right. Anji Lakan bhai.
So Rohit, in waterfall methodology, like it's basically a sequential or something like step-by-step project management approach, where like each phase must be completed before moving to the next. Something like requirement, designing, development, testing, deployment, and maintenance. It means all the process should be complete. And whereas in agile methodology means like it is an approach where like we can divide like the project into the small cycles called sprints, and then we can like process according to the planning, development, and testing and reviewing, and we can repeat it. Means in this case, like if want any kind of changes, then we can do it.
Okay, all right, all right. Hanji, Harsh bhai, please tell me.
So, sir, basically, Agile is a flexible and iterative approach to a project management lifecycle, where like each and every work is divided into small and managerial parts, like called sprints. And in the waterfall methodology, we follow a fixed and linear project management lifecycle approach, and where like first after a completion of stage, then we move to the next stage, and we can't go back in that. So whereas changes are like a fix, you can say, changes we cannot do. So this is the agile and waterfall.
Take it. Yes, guys. I mean, absolutely. Whatever that you have mentioned, that is what it is. Agile is more like someone mentioned iterative. ठीक है तो एक periodic delivery होती है. It's a periodic delivery approach. That means someone has mentioned we divide the complete project into multiple epics. Then we further divide the multiple epics, one epic into multiple sprints. And then we further divide one sprint into multiple tasks. And then we further divide one task into multiple subtasks. So that's how we do the work breakdown structure. And with unit task or subtask, with unit subtask, we deliver it to the client. Okay, let's say in a project we have 1000 subtasks. Okay, and we have like 10 months time. So every month, okay, 1000 tasks and 10 months. So we are doing 100 tasks a month, which includes as is task and to be task, which includes all the changes, enhancement, customization accordingly. Okay, so we keep on delivering it to the client. We have taken the requirement 10%, 20%, 30%, and we start working on the SDLC. Okay, so that's agile and it's repetitive. Repetitive means every month or every sprint, we are going to start with the design, development, testing, deployment. ठीक है तुम्हारा भी है 4 बजे ठीक है so every month or every sprint we are doing the design, development, testing, deployment. So that's your iterative. ठीक है that's your flexibility. And why you mention or why it is mentioned that it is flexible. It is flexible means that agile entertains changes. Okay. And we can be flexible. That means if it is a high priority, if it is a hot fix, if it is a highest severity and priority, then we can always cancel the current sprint and we can start working on another sprint. And we can always entertain changes. We can always enhance high priority enhancements. And we can always adapt and evolve. On the contrary, waterfall is very rigid, fixed, and sequential. It is a linear approach. Okay, bhai, this is what I have to do. Nothing more, nothing less. It is client dominated. Okay, client said, I need only these features. Okay, don't give me any more features. So I'll do the requirement completely. I'll not start with 10%, 20%. I'll only start when the requirements are 100% done. When it is 100% done, then I'm going to start the design, development, testing, deployment. Okay, I cannot go back. in waterfall. Okay, it is just as it is fixed one. So that's your agile and waterfall. Agile is it's incremental development. Okay, incremental development means जो burn down or burn up charts होते हैं, whatever the tickets, whatever the tasks that we have subdivided into multiple unit tasks. So we keep on delivering it. So it keeps on increasing the charts or the ratio that with periodic deliveries, we are delivering it to the client. And now with multiple unit tasks, with multiple sprints, with multiple epics, we have delivered the final project or product. Okay, so that is incremental development. Customer collaboration, of course, we connect with the client as well as the internal and external stakeholders, and we are adaptive. We enhance changes and we work on cross-functional teams. And like I said, it is phased development, waterfall. Take a linear and structured, it is phased. First is requirement, then it is design, development, testing, deployment. One started, only ends, then another started, only ends, then another started. Okay. In Agile, you have Kanban, Sprint, and Scrum. Okay. So what is Kanban? Kanban is visualization of your work. Okay. Just like over here, we all can see each other. Okay. So let's pretend this is the Kanban board. I have created ticket which I am going to assign to Vaibhav, Ashish, Harsh, Rahul, Saurabh, Rajeshi. So I can trace and I can track that whether you have done the design, development, testing, deployment, and support, because I have assigned the ticket for design, development, testing, deployment, um, support to all these people. So I can track it down. How? Because I have the ticket number, and in the ticket number, the description, the comments, the severity, priority, due date, and assignee name and creator name is updated, and logs are there in the history logs. So I can track it. So that's your Kanban, which means in Jira or in ticketing tool, we have the Kanban boards, dashboards, via which I can trace your updates, your activity record. Okay. Scrum means it's a Scrum ceremonies. Scrum ceremonies are daily stand-up call, sprint planning. I'm sorry, Scrum is equal to Scrum ceremony. Scrum ceremonies means there are four Scrum ceremonies, which is daily Scrum call or stand-up call, sprint planning, sprint review, and retrospective. Okay, daily Scrum means whether product team basis or whether complete team basis, I'm connecting with my team for let's say 5, 10, 15 minutes, and I'm doing the daily Scrum. Whatever the tickets that I'm going to do today, unit basis, I'm discussing that. Okay. Sprint planning means before the sprint starts, I am doing the sprint. I am planning the sprint. Number of tickets, prioritization of tickets, estimation or time estimation, who's going to perform, okay, RACI matrix, RACI, who is responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed in these tickets. So I'm doing the sprint planning. ठीक है, जिसको हम बोलते हैं टाइम एस्टिमेशन, रिसोर्स एलोकेशन, टास्क डेलीगेशन एंड टिकट प्रायोरिटाइजेशन. ठीक है, फॉर द स्प्रिंट. So that's your sprint planning. Sprint review, once the sprint ends, then we do the sprint review. Whatever the plan, whatever the sprint plan that we've defined and designed, were we on the right track? Whatever the sprint goal was, did we achieve it? What were all the challenges? What were all the issues? Okay, what contingency or impairment or impediments were there that needs to be done and rectified and resolved. So that's a sprint review. And then of course, retrospective, which is sprint retrospective. It could be for one sprint, it could be for a collection of sprints. Okay, we used to do every 3 months basis, every 3 sprint basis, or 6 sprint basis. So in retrospective, we as a Scrum team, all Scrum team members, we all are available and we discuss for the continuous improvement. Whatever that we have done good in the sprint, we keep on doing it. We keep make it a habit. Whatever that went bad, we do not repeat it. So we create a knowledge base. We create a reactive corrective action plan. Okay, that means by last time we ended up starting the sprint with only one business analyst, 2 quality analysts, and 4 developers. But we have done the retrospective that we need 6 developers, 2 QAs would matter, and 2 business analysts are needed. So this is the retrospective that we've done. So this is your Scrum. Okay. Any question, any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues as of now, guys? Yes, guys.
No.
Okay. I know, guys, Akash might have started the requirement gathering, but I'm going to be doing it from my side as well, so that you'll have the complete understanding. Requirement gathering is very important topic, guys. So please make sure that you understand it, because next time when we connect day after tomorrow, we're going to be starting requirement gathering, which is sprint 2. Okay. 4 o'clock, again, there is an interview, so I have to be the part of it. I will be sharing this recording in the Google Drive, so you can go through with it later on for better understanding. Okay, and we'll be connecting day after tomorrow and so on, as per the curriculum and as per the schedule. All right, guys, any question, any doubt? Any point that you want to discuss?
No, Rohit, thank you.
No, Rohit, thank you.
Take care. Take care. All right, guys, thank you so much for your time. And let's connect day after tomorrow, and I'll upload this recording in the Google Drive right away. Have a great day, guys. Stay safe and be safe. Thank you so much for your time. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.